Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Grow Through It podcast. My name is Julia, and today we will discuss how to break free from expectations and discover what you truly enjoy. There was a time in my life where I was making a lot of decisions based on what I thought I had to do. I was working jobs I didn't like, staying in a toxic environment, and not taking any risks out of fear of what others may think. I remember thinking about all the jobs I had, and the only one I ever truly loved was when I was coaching gymnastics. But I hadn't coached in several years at this point, and I thought people would think I'm going backwards in life, going back to a job I did when I was a teenager and young adult. However, I decided to go back to coaching, and it was a fantastic decision. Coaching is so rewarding and fulfilling for me, and it's something I didn't want to do just because of other people's expectations. I've heard so many people talk about big girl jobs and not thinking this is one. But I love it and I enjoy my time and I'm making good money. So, how is it not a good job for me? I was not prioritizing my own needs and happiness with my jobs as well as my relationships, but I knew that had to change. This experience taught me something important. When we let expectations control us, we can lose sight of what truly makes us happy. And this doesn't just happen with jobs. It can happen in daily routines, relationships, and even in how we handle emotions. When we are going through a hard time, it can be easy to get stuck in that. I know when I am feeling depressed or anxious, I just want to lay in bed and cry. But obviously, that is not helpful. There is a time and place for that, but you don't want to stay there too long. I actually am going through quite a tough time right now. There is some personal stuff going on that has been really hard on my mental health. I had a therapy session recently and we were talking about different ways I could feel happier. Exercise has always been my go-to, and since I'm not able to do that right now with my back injury, I am having trouble finding other things to help me cope. We started talking about art therapy. I've been having this pull for a while now to tap more into my artistic and creative side. I am not a super creative or artistic person, and I am quite a perfectionist, so art doesn't come easy to me. However, I used to take a lot of art classes when I was younger, and I loved it. I wasn't ever great at it, but I really enjoyed it. So my therapist gave me some suggestions on things I could try. I will be looking for some art classes nearby, but she also told me about this art and music therapy activity. Basically, you get one of those big brown paper rolls and spread out the paper. You put on different genres of music and paint while you listen to them. She said it's a great way to get your emotions out because music can really bring those out. Some music can make you feel calm and relaxed. Some can make you sad. Some can make you mad. Some can make you happy. So I bought some supplies to do this and I'm going to try it. She said that everyone always talks about the mental health benefits of exercise, but she said not many people know that art can have just as big of an impact as exercise can. So this kind of goes to show that even if you can't do something right now that you enjoy, you can discover other things you enjoy and try new things. And maybe I'll end up hating it, but there are so many options when it comes to art. I could paint, I could draw, I could do pottery, I could color. So I think it's just important to note that you can discover new things to try, and you're not limited to just one thing. So anyway, I just wanted to mention that because I am really excited to try it, and maybe it'll inspire you to try something you've been interested in, but hesitant about. So next I want to talk about why we lose touch with what we enjoy. So often we stop doing things we love. This can be for a number of reasons. Like I mentioned previously, this could be because of society, family, or cultural expectations. People think they know what's best for us or what we should do, but it isn't really up to them. We know ourselves best. You may have to set boundaries with people in your life and tell them how you feel. If someone is making comments like, that's not a real job, or you should be doing X, Y, and Z, tell them how that makes you feel. If you have to set a firm boundary with them, you have to do what's best for you. Maybe that looks like not talking to them about your job. Maybe that's standing up for yourself. I have told people that certain topics are off the table with them because what they say about it makes me feel bad. It's also important that you overcome your fear of judgment. I don't think we ever really fully get over this, but we can improve it. If you are struggling with this fear, ask yourself, who am I living my life for? Myself or others? This has helped me so much. Other people are not living my life, and I am not living my life for anybody but me. You are the one who has to wake up each day and live with your choices, not them. You can start small with this. Try something new without telling anybody about it, so that you can explore freely without outside opinions. You also don't need to tell everyone what you are doing. I know there has been so many times where I am so excited about something that I just tell everyone about it. But then I get those outside opinions, and sometimes they are quite negative and discouraging. Then I'm not so excited about doing it anymore, and sometimes I even give up on it. Try it first without even telling anyone. Another reason we lose touch with what brings us joy is because of the pressure to be productive all the time. I know I definitely struggle with this. I feel guilty doing other things like pursuing my hobbies or even just thinking about doing more art because I feel like I should be doing a million other things. But I've talked about this before, and I am speaking to myself a little bit here too because I also need a reminder. But we need hobbies and things that we enjoy so we can show up better for our day-to-day tasks. If you are constantly just working all the time and looking after the kids and cleaning and cooking, where is the time for you? You have to fill up your own cup. We often define ourselves by our job or our responsibilities instead of what makes us excited and happy. We say, I'm a coach, I'm a teacher, I'm a mom, when really that isn't who we are, that's something we do. So we've talked about why we lose touch with what we enjoy. Now let's discover if you have been living for expectations, not joy. I'm going to ask a couple of questions, and I want you to take your time and really think about the answer. Do you feel like you should enjoy certain things but don't? Have you forgotten what truly excites or energizes you? Do you spend more time thinking about what you should do rather than what you want to do? Have you stopped exploring new things out of fear, self-doubt, or lack of time? If you answered yes to these questions, then you know you are living your life based on expectations, not what brings you happiness. Whether it's expectations from others or expectations you have placed on yourself. So how can we reconnect with the things that do bring you joy? How do we break free from these expectations and live life for us? Number 1, reflect on what lit you up as a child. What did you love doing before you started worrying about being good at it? I mentioned earlier that when I was a kid, I took a ton of art classes. I used to draw all the time at home. I drew pictures of my favorite celebrities all the time, like Hilary Duff. I also would watch Miami Ink all the time and then sketch out tattoo ideas, and I thought I would become a tattoo artist. Once I got a bit older, I started to compare my own art to other people's art, and I got discouraged because I thought it wasn't as good as theirs. But drawing and coloring was one of my favorite things to do when I was little. Who cares if I'm not an amazing artist? It's fun for me. Number 2, notice what feels energizing versus draining. When you are doing an activity, pay attention to whether it makes you feel alive or if it feels like an obligation. I talked about this in my episode on hobbies. Do you truly enjoy what you are doing, and do you feel better or worse after? Also look at who you are doing it with, because that plays a huge role. Number 3, give yourself permission to try something new without pressure. Experiment with new things without feeling the need to be good at them. Like I said, I'm not super artistic. I know the outcome of what I paint or draw won't be amazing, but I want to do it for the experience itself, not the outcome. It doesn't matter what the end result is, as long as you enjoyed your time doing it. Number 4, let go of the need for productivity. Again, I do sometimes feel guilty for doing things I enjoy because I feel like I should be doing other things. I think about what I could be doing to work on my business, work on the podcast, post on social media. But joy doesn't have to be tied to success or making money. It shouldn't be tied to it. Yes, I obviously still want to be productive, but I can easily carve out time for myself and do things I enjoy. Like I said, filling up your own cup will actually help you show up better in your daily tasks. This is kind of a side note, but I was explaining to my therapist how I feel guilty for being down around Paul. I often am so busy during the day that I bury my emotions until the evening after work when I can just chill and relax. But that is the only time I get to see Paul. So we discovered that maybe doing this art music therapy can be a helpful tool to get my emotions out and process things in a healthy way and also have fun doing something. Making time for this in the morning or when I get home from work can help me get those emotions out so I don't have them all bottled up for when I'm around Paul. I'm not normally like this. Normally I'm in a pretty happy mood, but like I said, there's some personal stuff going on that I am struggling with. So I have been more down lately, but I don't want that affecting my life. So doing this art therapy can help me show up better in my relationship as well. Number 5, listen to your intuition and energy. I have been feeling such a pull to lean more into art lately, and then when I connected with this therapist, I noticed in her bio she does expressive art therapy as one of her modalities. I felt like this was truly a sign to give it a go, and when I brought it up to her, she was so excited for me. You can also do energy work like Reiki, and that can help you pinpoint what feels aligned to you. Things have come up for my clients in the past that I had mentioned to them, and they confirmed that it had been something they were either thinking about or had done in the past. I remember I told one client to try some classes in the community, and she told me she had actually been looking into doing that, but was afraid. She already knew that she needed to do that, but she let fear hold her back. I picked up on that energy and helped her confirm that it was a good idea. You know yourself best, and if something comes up for you and keeps coming up, trust that and go for it. Listening to your gut and intuition will really help you feel aligned and can bring you a lot of joy. If you have lost touch with this and you are living a very mundane life, I want you to know that that is okay. It does not have to stay that way. If you don't know what would bring you joy, don't feel bad about that either. It may take trial and error and a lot of reflection and inner work on your part to figure it out. It will take time and you'll figure out what you like and don't like. Make the process fun and exciting. Again, think about the experience of it all, not the outcome. I'd like to encourage you to try something small this week that feels fun or exciting that is just for you. For me, that is going to be this art therapy. If you're having trouble figuring out what to do, I want you to either think about this question or journal about it. Ask yourself, if I had zero obligations and no one else's opinion mattered, what would I spend my time doing? If you didn't have any other responsibilities and no one was watching or no one cared, what would you do? This will help you think of things that you truly are interested in and have curiosities about. Even if you don't know if you'd enjoy it, but have always wondered about it, just try it out. Worst case scenario, you don't like it and you don't have to do it again. Best case scenario, you love it and you just found a new hobby. I'm going to give you another option here as well. I know sometimes when I listen to podcasts and the host gives me a journal prompt, I always think I'll do it, but I often forget. So let's do a quick visualization right now so you can't forget about it. If it's safe to do so, close your eyes and imagine a day where you have total freedom. No responsibilities, no expectations. What does your perfect day look like? Where are you? What are you doing? Who are you with? Pay attention to what naturally comes up and don't judge yourself for it. This can give you clues about what truly excites you. If you are still feeling stuck and struggling to know where to start, make a joy list. Write down 10 things that even slightly interest you, whether it's cooking, dancing, reading, or trying a new sport. Pick one and just experiment with it. I also mentioned this in the episode on hobbies, but this doesn't have to take a ton of time. You may be thinking you don't have time for hobbies, but that is not true. You make time for what matters. It could also only take like 10 minutes if that's all you truly have time for. But I also know we spend a lot of time on our phones scrolling, watching TV, and doing things we probably don't really need to do. Can you sacrifice a bit of time to do something you truly enjoy? That is it for today's episode. I really hope it helped inspire you to rediscover what you truly enjoy and what brings you happiness. I want to know what you end up doing this week, so once you figure out what it is and you do it, post on your story and tag me or send me a DM on Instagram. My Instagram is growthroughit.pod. You can also send me anonymous messages to give feedback, ask questions, or suggest a topic idea using the link in the show notes. I would be so grateful if you would rate and review this podcast and share it with someone you think would benefit from it. Thank you so much for listening, and remember that you are worthy. See you next time.